Hello, welcome back to the Friends of Zeus podcast. This is episode 246. Tonight we have a special guest who's been on before. She's our girl on the street from Iran. And I had one thing I want to mention. I noticed on your Facebook that you've been talking a lot about what's going on over there in a probably by American standards not a popular stance because you're like, yeah, we should go in there and do something about stuff there. Is that correct?
Honestly, no, not that we as an
Okay.
American should.
Yeah.
I uh, I am looking for all these women activists, Greta's, and all those people that it's been years that they keep doing hashtag Gaza, hashtag Free Palestine, and all that. I'm wondering where those people are actually. I'm an American, and I don't want any soldier get killed in another soil for anybody. I do have sympathy toward any other countries that they are under dictatorship and they live such a life, including Venezuela, if it's Iran. But it happened that I'm, originally from Iran, and I hear the news more and just because I grew up in that country, I can testify to anything that is happening. I know that it's right. And I share the news because so many people, when I talk about Venezuela, they're like, "Oh, you haven't been there, you're not from there, so okay, we they can fight me, but
Hmm.
this is something that nobody can fight me when when I testify against what's really happening in the streets. What is it like? Iran and Islamic Republic is different. Iranians are not that. Right now, their slogan is that Iran is 90 million Islamophobic. So where are the people
That
to? This is
that the
something that
people
doesn't.
in Iran are
Yes,
Islamophobic?
yes,
That's rich. That's
yeah.
pretty weird.
It is. It is. But this is exactly where it goes that doesn't fit the narrative to anybody do the hashtag Iran, I guess. And if the whole world is going to stand up and do something about these bastards, I'm all for it. Yes, please, because free Iran is free world. It's peace for the rest of the world,
Yeah.
including Western society, Middle East. Iran is behind every terroristic attack. Iran is feeding every terrorist group. Already in the streets are, like Iraqi and Lebanese militias that are fighting against people. It's not Iranian police.
I
So,
heard the
yeah,
Kurdish people are coming in as
to
well.
fight against
Well,
them.
yeah, that's what I heard. I mean,
Yeah,
just to jump in for some context, Lena, just in case anyone's joining us and sometimes people watch, they don't know what we're talking about, and we assume that they know what we're talking about. So I would say in
Those
this
people are me.
episode, there what?
Those people are me because I
Oh,
don't,
yeah,
I have,
okay.
I mean,
So
I kind of get the gist of what's
yeah,
happening, but
and I look, I am no subject matter expert, but in general, the Cliff Notes. What is going on right now? In 1979, there was a revolution in Iran where it basically became a theocracy. Um, and the it I don't know for sure that it was a democracy, correct? I mean, people voted and things like that before 1979,
yeah.
roughly. Yeah. I mean, I know the Shah, he was kind of a strong man. He wasn't an angel either. But in 1979, it became a theocracy. In the United States, a lot of people associate that time with when the hostages were taken at the American embassy for 444 days and were historically, famously released on the day that Ronald Reagan was sworn in 1981. Um, Fast forward, there's been all kinds of disputes between the U.S. and Iran, a lot of saber rattling over the decades. Pretty much, I mean, I'm 54. I was 7 years old when that happened. So my entire perception of Iran has been
under the Ayatollah. Like I don't know much before then. This picture behind me, I years ago I found it interesting when I discovered that um, before the Ayatollah came in, that Iran, like people just look like they do in the West. Like it seemed to be a pretty
Absolutely.
advanced, scientific, sophisticated country that was took part in the Enlightenment, right? Was
Absolutely.
and that just kind of got washed away. And it again, as a kid, I didn't know this. I found this out later. So fast forward to today, in the last week or so, or 2 weeks or so, the theocracy is barely holding on politically. The currency in Iran has nosedived. It's just not what people are getting paid in. If you're not part of the regime, the money you're getting paid is pretty much worthless. Their defenses have been taken down from the 12-day war with Israel, with the United States coming in and destroying their nuclear capability. So they are really, having Hamas beaten back, Hezbollah beaten back, Yemen fighters beaten back, all their proxies. So they're really on their heels, and we're in this period of time right now where they need to go, but I don't know that they're going to. I mean, I'm talking about the theocracy. So there's a question of, okay, do we go in there and economically isolate them and defeat them so much that the country fails, which has a lot of downsides, or do we go in militarily and decapitate the leadership, figuratively, and let them figure it out? And that's kind of where we're at right now. It's you have a lot of people dying over there every day who are trying to resist this and push this turn and get the theocracy out. So we're in this weird time right now where it's like I think entropy wins in the end. I don't see how the Ayatollah survives this long term,
Yeah,
but it could go on
correct.
much more, and the regime is not going to fall until the Ayatollah is gone, in my
And
personal opinion, whether he
Absolutely.
flees or whether he's dead. But anyway, Lena was born there, right, and lived there, and
Yes.
she is on because her perspective is incredibly valuable, not just to us. And I appreciate you being on, Lena, because I learned a
Thank
lot
you.
from
Thanks for
you
having me.
the last time you were on, and I find this incredibly interesting, and it's not just interesting, it's of global significance. I mean, everyone should be interested in this. So anyway, I just want to set the table.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just a brief
absolutely.
cliff note thing, and
And the Ayatollah, that's like the name of the person, like the name
it's
of
like a
the
position.
religious leader,
yeah,
Yes.
It's
right?
like
Okay.
All of
president.
them. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
Those
Like
mullahs
the
with,
group of folks.
yeah.
So I just,
so
not to
I have
jump in,
Okay.
but I just wanted to, like, kind of, for our viewer out there, to kind of give them some context to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
have two quick questions for you, Lena. First one is my understanding. I have a Persian girl that I work with, and she said um, that Iran is Muslim, but they're not Islamic. Is that accurate? Or
Yeah,
maybe
makes
I'm
sense.
misconstrued it, but it's a different form of the
Oh
Muslim
yeah.
religion.
There
Um,
is, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
so that's my first question. And also, it's my understanding that although the government hates us, that many of the people love the US. And I was just curious if those two things were accurate as kind of a backdrop to what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, as Mark said, Mark or Mike? Sorry.
Michael.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have
You're
Maryland
good,
man
you're
up
good, I'm
there.
sorry.
Yeah.
1979, the revolution happened, but it was way long before that, with the effect and manipulation of Soviet Union and Iran, and it started from 1920 actually.
Mm.
And little by little, these little groups, little activists started, rooting for this in the name of Islamic communism, and these groups got bigger and bigger and more manipulated people, education system and everything. So then it led to 1979. But before that, like before 1979, although still we had like influence of Islam, but I always say there is no extremist Muslim. There is no a little bit Muslim, a little bit not Muslim. You either believe it or you don't believe it. If you worship that book, if that is your book, if Quran is your book, you're Muslim. And there is no extremist because you got to believe in everything that your book says, right? And all the Muslims are extremists. But it's been 5 generations that Iranians are not allowed to practice their own religion. They have not been exposed to any other information about any other religion. So most of them, and also you are forced to mention it on your ID. Like it says it on your ID, you have to be Muslim. When you are born, when someone is born in a hospital, they give you a paper you have to sign that you're gonna be Muslim. Otherwise, if you are from a family that they already accepted, you needed just 1 generation to accept that okay, we're gonna be Muslim. While Iranians, no Iranians were Muslim at all before these bastards. But if 1 generation accepted, let's say my parent did, my grandparent did, and then after that, no one in this generation can say no. Done. If you're gonna say no, you grow up, you're a teenager, you're a young man or woman, and you want to be like, no, I'm not a Muslim. Guess what? Hang, stoned, killed, 100%. This is a rule. This is a law. But they had only one law. If your family has been Christian or Jew or any other religion in Iran since 100 years ago, and you decided to keep that religion and you haven't turned to Islam, you're allowed to keep your religion, but you're not allowed to practice it. There is no active church. There is no active any other temples or whatever. And you're not allowed to, of course, preach the gospel or nothing. So, but you're going to be minority. And when you are minority, it's not like America being minority and having privilege.
Yeah.
When you are minority, you can't go to college, only up to high school. You can't buy lands and houses. You are literally the meaning of the minority. You are actually
shunned,
like secondhand citizen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot of minorities in Iran, but those Muslims, if you Google it right now, that how much Muslim you have in Iran, it's by the IDs that force upon them, not people. So no, we have no Muslim in Iran. No one is. Persians are not, Kurds are not, Turks are not Muslim. They're not. And as I said, right now, their slogan is that Iran is 90 million, because the whole population is 90 million, is Islamophobic. They don't want Islam. They don't want it. It was forced upon them. And unfortunately, it was Soviet Union that did this, because all the politics behind it, of course, I know all of us know a little bit about it. And the second question is, if they love US, you said, like regular people. Absolutely. They're changing the street names to Trump Street. They love US.
They don't even do that in the US. Yeah.
Right? I know. They changing their street, like they print out. You know how many people been killed?
A lot.
Just being caught that they changed the street names to Trump Street. They still do it. They don't back up. I hope Trump does something. As I said, I don't want any soldier get killed in any other soil.
Nor do I, but my thinking on this is, if we don't get involved, they have really went hard in the paint. And if we don't get involved, millions could die. They will retaliate against the people. And I am not a war guy. I'm not for it at all, but I think that their actions, which I do support, because goddamn, people should be free. Um, they've kind of pushed us into a corner. Now, from my understanding, there's been a lot of talk that Putin's like, all right, if you get involved in Iran, we're going down. But I don't see how we can do anything. We can't just let people who are fighting for their freedom
Right.
die, you know. And we do this all the time, but and as much as I don't like us to be the world police, maybe that's our place in the world. Maybe we're the moral compass. And granted, we do have some really shitty people in
Savior,
charge,
savior.
but I think our people and our governmental structure still somewhat allows for our good to come out. Um, the interesting thing, as you were talking about Iran and how the schools and all this, it made me reflect on like how the schools here are indoctrinating, and like maybe we're walking down that same path, because you brought this to my attention when we talked last time, that it's not right wing Iranian government, it's left wing Iranian government that is doing this. And isn't that interesting?
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, even from 1920, the leftists were the one that did this happen and made the revolution happen. And unfortunately, it's so similar. Everything is so familiar to me right now. What is
Mm,
happening in this country also, the leftists. And even back then, my mom and my dad used to tell me that even by the look, you could tell. And yeah, here we are. Even
you
by the
can
look,
tell.
you can tell.
Yeah.
And I just a couple days ago, I had a friend. She was asking me that why Iranian people got fooled and they voted for this government and stuff.
You said, look around.
I was like, what exactly? I was like, I don't know. If you believe in Jesus, do you believe in Satan? I do believe if
Mhm.
there is a Satan, if there is an evil, it's the Islam. I'm sorry if I drop the bomb, but
Mhm.
you can.
Yeah.
Well,
There
but
is
we have to differentiate, because this is something that has become new to my knowledge, that Islam is not necessarily Muslim. Islamics are Muslim, but Muslim, I've known many Muslim people that are kind and they follow the Quran
I think
in a
most are.
what?
I think most
until
Muslims are
until
Yeah.
there are five
normal.
family together.
Hmm.
But
When
is
they
that a
are
fair
alone, they're good. When
is
they're
that a fair
alone,
assessment that Islam is not necessarily Muslim, but all
I thought Islam was the name of the religion and then Muslim are the
correct,
people.
correct.
okay,
You're
okay.
right.
Okay.
So I'm not
I'm
completely
right
wrong. I'm
about
not
something.
completely right.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, the thing is, I mean, getting back to like, should the U.S. intervene and things along those lines. I mean, before you even get into that, the thing with what's going on in Iran that a lot of people lose perspective on is what's going on and what happened in Iran. That is the norm for human history for millennia, as far as having centralized power take over, whether under the veil of religion, under the veil of being a charismatic leader, what have you. So having centralized power is sort of the way things go naturally. The unusual thing is the United States having a representative democracy, having people having rights in given to you by your creator, having the human being have worth. That is the unusual. That is the revolutionary thing.
Absolutely.
So when you get into like, should the U.S. go in there or not, it depends on how you look at it. There's people who are isolationists, and they're like, I can't have anyone die in a foreign war. And that's again, it's kind of like it's a slogan. It's something you can say. But at the end of the day, if you look back in U.S. history, the United States wouldn't exist if it wasn't for France. France
Absolutely.
came to the assistance of our country before it was a country. And they had their own interests in helping to put or defeat Britain, because they were like this without us. but they were able to really inflict a lot of damage on Britain by helping us. And we would not have won the Revolutionary War, no way, without France. So now you've got fast forward, you've got this situation where the Iranian people, to me, I feel like there is a moral obligation for us to help with this because I am a freedom loving person who believes in individual rights and liberty. And I'm not an expert, but from what I can see and what I can hear and talking to Lena and talking to other people I know, there's a large percentage of the population that in Iran that feels that same way. So I feel a kinship and I feel a duty to help them in any way that we can. But I'm not the one going over there with the gun, so it's easy for me to say
Yeah,
that. But I do feel
true,
that there is an obligation morally when
true.
you see people and you see a people that are doing everything they can to shake off this scourge, right? And we're in a position to help. And but the thing is, like the French versus the British, it's also in the United States' best interest for that regime to no longer be in control in Iran. It's
Absolutely.
completely in the United States' best interests to
The world's
not
best
have them
interest.
there. And the
Yeah,
world, you could make the
yeah,
argument,
yeah, absolutely.
in my
I'm
opinion.
100% with you.
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
I hope that there is a way to not have many casualties. Hope zero casualties. I hope that something like what happened with Maduro, it happens in Iran.
Yeah.
God,
Well,
but I
and
know it's far, far away. It's going to be way more expensive. It's not going to be as easy.
And
But still,
Iran's a,
I
a
hope.
lot more sophisticated than Venezuela, for sure. I mean, as far
and
as their defenses, for sure.
and bear in
But they're
mind,
poor. Like they don't have money to operate it,
But
right?
there's a
No,
lot
Is
they
it?
more.
have money. They're stupid. They're a bunch
The
of dumb ass people.
the
Oh,
people in
The government.
control have money. The
They
the
don't know
regime
okay.
has
how.
money.
They don't know how. They're not educated. They have the money. That's the
Yeah.
problem. They do have the money, but they don't have no brain.
I mean, the thing
so
is with a country, and I'm sorry, just to throw this in there, just another thing for people to think about, little nugget here. The people always look at the United States and they're like, okay, why is the United States so powerful? Oh, it's because of this and big businesses and money. And okay, there's something to be said for that. The real strength of the United States, and if you look back at like say World War II, is the fact that we have our system, no matter, it's not perfect and it's been better and it's been worse, but we have a system that taps into and unleashes human potential. We we like people. Like if you are smart, to say like what Lena's saying, if you have initiative, if you see a need and you can fill it, you get rewarded. And that's very nice. That's how we were able to like create a navy of hundreds of ships in like 2 years and win World War II. In Iran, there's a lot of people that are very industrious, but they're being held down by this backwards centralized power. And I'm not even getting into it has nothing to do, I mean, it has everything to do with religion, but my point doesn't have anything to do with religion. When you have a system that is all the centralized power where there's someone in Tehran and whether it be the Ayatollah or whatever, and that's the person making decisions, and then you snuff out and you cover up all the potential of all these millions of people, that country's going to fail. I mean, the history is writ large with this story. That's why
Yeah.
no one seems to understand. The United States' strength is that we completely have figured out a way to harness the power of humanity and humanity's greatness. That's why we're so great.
True. That's
And
absolutely true. Yeah. Yeah.
so
And
what
when
I
I
was going
said
to say,
stupid, I just meant the government people. We do
yeah,
have a lot of successful people, but unfortunately, that's not Iran is versus Iran. It's versus
Yeah,
the
they can't
Islamic
shine.
Republic, the government, not Iranians.
yeah,
Mhm.
so my point that I wanted to make is I do feel like we have to do something. Be it militarily, financially, whatever. You have to keep in mind that I have a son that is in 2 years gonna be of military age. So I don't want, him going, I'll move his ass to Costa Rica or
Costa
Canada,
Rica.
you know? So that's how strongly I feel about this. And like I said, I really, really feel like, again, they back themselves into a corner, but it's an honorable corner. I feel like this was the time and they're going for it. And, we may find that the people rise up and do a lot of it on their own. That's what I'm
I mean,
hoping.
that's the hope, but they're still going to need. I mean,
Yeah, no,
I'm not sure,
no.
Lena, but I don't think there's a Second Amendment in Iran. I don't think there's people that are armed running around that, aren't part of the government. Um,
When you give the First Amendment, you have to give like if a government is nice enough to give the First Amendment,
you have to have the second. Yeah.
then you give the Second Amendment also.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the first one, no, absolutely, you don't have the second one. And a lot of people actually are talking like, hopefully, if US doesn't want to step in military, we hope that they can provide with some of the, ammunition and some equipment for Iranians so they can at least defend themselves. Because no, people have nothing.
Yeah.
Have
No,
nothing.
and that's my guess. That's my guess is that's what we'll do is we will make sure they got plenty of bullets.
But
Um,
I think the lesson, what Lena was saying, in which she's seeing parallels, which is it's hard to
Ignore.
I don't know a ton about Iran, but I know a ton about the United States, and I can see what she's saying. Like, she's here, she's an American, she sees it, and she has this other perspective that a lot of people, our fellow countrymen, don't have because they've
Mhm.
just known this. And I keep like I know people that came here from Nicaragua. I know people that came here from Cuba. I know people that came here from the Soviet Union. I had a guy from back when the Soviet Union was still up, stay at my house, an exchange student for like 2 months from Vilnius, Lithuania. I got to know him. And it is there are a lot of people out there that don't like that. I mean, there is a hunger for people uh to be free, I mean, it's a natural thing. And if it's going to go that way, I don't. And again, the Iran military is much more formidable than Venezuela, but I don't think it's going to take much. I don't. I think what there's people who need to see once it becomes obvious that the regime is going to fail, I think it's going to be very fast. But right now, there's still this question mark.
Unfortunately, still people don't have power. That's the problem. Otherwise, it's been at least 10 years
Mm,
that these protests are like on and off, but they don't have power. Yeah.
yeah.
Do they need help from somewhere, somehow? Yes. But are we gonna step in? Am I gonna send my son, my brother, my husband? No. But
Hmm.
what are we gonna do? This is our duty as a human. Yes, I
Hmm.
100% agree. But as you said, I'm not the one that going fighting
Yeah, it's
in a
easy for
war
me to
zone. It's easy to
exactly.
say it. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. But is it our duty as a human? Yes. I 100% agree that even in the street, you see like a big dude fighting, children. What are you going to do? You step in. And this
exactly.
is your
well, and,
duty.
and and in what
Yes,
you're saying, you can be both. You can say broadly that we need to do something, but in your own personal little microcosm, you don't want your son, your brother, your
that's
father to
rational.
go over there. You
Yeah,
can have both of those feelings. I don't think that there's anything wrong with being, selfish is bad,
Yeah.
but it's a real part of humanity. We are selfish. If, you know, if I'm a hunter, I want to get the most for the food that I provide to the,
Hmm. Well,
selfishness is not in its own right a negative thing as long as you have some altruistic values, as long as you are hunting because you want to make sure that your village is fed,
yeah.
but you want to make a profit. It's like, I'm a nurse. I love helping people, but if I wasn't getting paid shit, I probably wouldn't be a nurse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course
So,
it's a balance. I mean, it's the whole thing of, if you're driving and you're in traffic on the Capitol Beltway here in DC, and you're like, oh man, this traffic is horrible, and you wait and wait and wait, and like 20 minutes go by, and you get up to the accident, and it's some like horrible accident, and you're like, I better get to work. Oh, good thing I made it through this traffic, and you're like on with your day. Or you are the family member of that person that was in the accident who died or lost their leg or is in a coma now or whatever. And it changes your life, right? Forever. Like it hits you hard. So it's all a matter of where you are on the wheel, right? And so what I
Yeah, and
what
that
I
personal
try
matters.
and personal, so I think morally, I try to look at things as even as I can. And that's why I do feel there is a moral obligation to help people, especially since we're not talking about going in and crushing the government and we're just trying to help them fight this
Yeah.
off. I think they're at the
Yeah.
tipping point. I really think that it
Yes,
is at a tipping point, and I think a little help would go a long way.
I do think
90
so.
million people, I didn't even realize that. That's a huge country. I mean, that's almost a third the size of the United States. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. I didn't realize how big Iran was.
I have a
Yeah.
or
so
a point question. I don't know. Those, so I guess last week Trump was like, don't hang those people. Don't do it.
Yeah, he
Don't do
always
it.
does stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
they didn't do it.
They did it actually.
They
Yeah.
did. Oh,
And not only
okay.
that, they had the audacity just yesterday to say next time they put up Trump's shooting scene that the bullet passed by his ear, they put
Hmm.
that up and they have the audacity to say next time we won't miss.
Yeah. That's what I mean. At a certain point, it's like, I don't know.
Well, that was the wrong thing to
That's the wrong
do.
thing to do. And look, just as a side
I
note,
mean, that Venezuela dude just said, "Come get me, bitch,"
Yeah,
and
and they got it.
they
if
did.
hey,
if
bitch,
you
we got
want
you.
something
So
that's
it's
somewhat
probably not. That's
entertaining
probably
and
why them
but
boats are going to that Gulf. I don't
I
know.
think they only did it because so far they have trusted that Trump doesn't want to get involved military wise. And they just did it because they are at that point that Mike was talking about. And I guess a lot of people that they are fighting for them, for the government, they're like, what if like the next day they're not here? They gave up on fighting. They gave up. They are scared that, they lose their own people to fight for them, the militias that they hired. And they're gonna show that we still have power. We're not
Mhm.
scared. So go and shoot at people, to their military people. I think that that's the only reason I could think of.
Yeah. I think you're
They,
right. That's a great point because they need to show that bravado so that people are like, oh man, they got it under control. I don't know how they're
yeah,
going to pull it off, but they're going to figure this out because look how brazen they are. But
yeah,
They're
it's all
flexing.
paper. It's a paper, what do you call it? Paper house, whatever. I mean,
Paper tiger.
I don't think, and I don't know because again, I'm just shooting from the hip here. I don't think that the majority of the people who support the regime are quote unquote what we call true believers in the regime. I don't think they're like, man, I think it's because they have the thumb on their forehead from the regime that's holding them in place. And as soon as that cracks, human nature is they're gone. Yeah. As soon as
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely,
they're going to
absolutely.
abandon it like a wet pancake, you know? I
I
just
would
made that up.
say 99% of their family members are in Western countries. There are a lot of them here in US.
Hmm.
Their family, they live like Westerns. They're not covered up. They're not the believers religiously,
Yeah.
but it's the money, their family. But they fooled people. And just like here, liberals are like screaming tax the rich while they are the rich and they're not
Yeah.
getting affected. And
Yeah.
not at all. They're not getting affected. And yet we have people going here in the street and tax the rich, and if they knew, or people, we have celebrities living in the mansions, but they come here and to cry for, I don't know, like poor people, yet people are struggling. People are struggling with their, financially, but they love celebrities that they are talking about
Yeah.
nonsense ideologies. It's just like always this hypocrite people in the government are like that. Same thing in Iran. They're very hypocrite. They're not believers, but they fool some people. I mean, maybe majority at some point, maybe 70 years ago. And
Yeah.
then the revolution happened. But now I don't think that they even have like 10% of the people really. And
That are
no, they're
true
not.
believers that are like
Correct.
really want,
Not
yeah.
even, yeah, not even 10%, yeah.
And
And
that's,
then of that
yeah.
10%, it's probably all power hungry people that will sell out their heritage to move up the ladder.
Yeah,
They're more self-involved than they are concerned with the people around them, the people they grew
yeah,
up
yeah,
with, the neighborhoods they lived in, all that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there are, I think, just jumping back to Venezuela, because there's that definitely is an influence. I mean, that's definitely in the stew of what's being talked about with Iran. You can't deny that what just went down with
Might
Maduro,
have even been a test run.
it might, and you look at, it was literally, and if you guys want something interesting, there's a few stories out there where there's people who were Venezuelan security forces that have been interviewed about the few who survived have been interviewed about what went down. And in my opinion, from reading it, I definitely think the US was going, or the Trump administration was going for some overkill to send a message, because this guy is basically like, the way he talks about it, the two articles, two different people I saw that were interviewed, he talks about it as though it was aliens from another planet that came
Right. It
in
was
and
like
just
20 people and they took
they
out like hundreds of,
they
yeah.
killed hundreds of people. They took no casualties. It was over that fast, and they didn't even know what hit them. And it was like, and this is on a military base in Venezuela, and they kidnapped the president of the country from his bed. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, it was so overkill. I don't know. I think the way the U.S. foreign policy is going right now, I think if any military attack on Iran, it's going to go right to the head of the snake.
I
Like, I
hope,
don't
I
I don't
hope.
think they're going to
I
send
mean,
in 100,000 guys or
what
a
was the
thousand
first
guys.
guy? What
They're
was the
going to
first
send
guy they
in
got?
20
Abu
guys.
Dhabi, whatever his name is.
Soleimani. Soleimani? Yeah,
Abu Dhabi. I'm not
from
sure. That's what
from
he called him.
Iran, the Iranian general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That guy.
Soleimani.
Then he got
Soleimani. Yeah,
Maduro.
yeah.
I mean, apparently he's
I just
good
think
at
that's the
getting
model.
people.
I think if the US does anything, I think it's going to be more that
Surgical.
and less tanks and airplanes and all
Yeah,
that. Just
better
my
to
own
say
gut
if
feeling.
Trump does anything, if Trump does it that way.
If he does it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking he's gonna do something. Um,
Yeah, if someone is going to save peace in the Middle East and in Western societies, it's going to be Trump. And
And
yeah,
Israel.
his motto is no casualty. I
Hmm.
hope that he does a step in. He's going full speed. Um,
And Israel too.
never felt more proud that that day that I heard the news that he got Maduro out just like that. It was
Yeah.
such a proud moment. I don't know. I hope he did it one more time with Iran, with the Iran's government. I don't know. I hope. But
It would be great.
also, I heard,
Maduro's like, come get me, come get me. Oh.
yeah, right.
Oh,
And our
oh.
guys are in the background, like coming in through the door, like, oh, okay.
They
Or
said they said
yes,
that we took him quicker than Uber Eats.
I mean, you
Yeah,
said come get him. He said come get him. I
I
just did
know.
it. I just said I did what
yeah,
he
right.
said.
You know what I
God
think
for it.
is interesting, Lena, that I've never heard before, and I made a note when you said it because I'm going to read up on it, is the well, at the time, the Soviet influence in Iran as far as that. I didn't know that. I mean, to me, it's really interesting because I see a lot of similarities just between leftism, like leftists, Marxists, right? Not liberal. I mean,
Useful
Right.
I
idiots.
like classical liberalism. I like classical. I don't like leftists. I don't like Marxists. And this, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know, fundamentalists, Islamists, or this theocracy. They're kind of working together. You see it with the leftist movements in the US partnering with the Palestinian movement. You see it like a lot of places, and I did not realize that it was that allyship has been around. I mean, you're saying that the Soviet Union had something to do with this. I mean, that's fascinating to me because, again, it goes back to like the French and the U.S. fighting the British, or the U.S. and the people of Iran fighting, against the theocracy. It's common cause. Like
Yeah.
Russia or Soviet Union, now Russia, they're very secular as far as, I mean, Putin pretends to be Orthodox, but he's not. He's secular.
You
But
know,
this common cause that Marxists have found with Islamists is
Correct.
interesting to me.
It is.
Anyway, just thought that was interesting.
it's interesting. We've talked about him before. Lena, are you familiar with Yuri Bezmenov?
No.
Oh,
Um,
gotta
so
watch
he was this
episode.
guy.
Yeah.
You got to watch the video. He's talking about everything that's going on now, but in like 1972.
Well, it was 1982,
Okay,
84. He was a
but
former KGB agent who came to
and
the
he's
United
talking
States,
about basically psyops,
and
like you
he
take over the
outlined.
schools, you indoctrinate people, and you have what's called useful idiots. And in this conversation, I'm starting to think that maybe this is was his reference point was what happened in Iran.
Could be. Yeah, that would have
How very right.
predated because that was like 4 or 5 years before he made that recording.
Eh,
So he
You got to
basically,
watch it.
Lena, he basically outlines 40 plus years ago, he outlines everything we're seeing today. Like
I
to
mean,
to the
it's
letter. Like
brilliant.
like if you were going to come into a representative republic and try to undermine it, here's what we would do. And he's like, this is what the KGB came up with. This is what and you look at it and it's like, man, that's
Well,
exactly what's
I
going on right
mean,
now.
essentially
It's
what he was
bananas.
talking about is any great conquerors do it through assimilation. They have you have children with them. They have you intermingle with them. And then they radicalize you through the education. And suddenly you can't bail on your kid who is just for whatever purpose is Pakistani and American. You can't sell them out because that's your kid. They're part American. So that's basically what he's saying. He's useful idiots.
Well, joining a culture,
But not
but not
assimilating.
not assimilating. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
not
and
believing. Like in America, a lot of people say, this is my pet peeve, when people are like, oh, I'm American because I was born here. I'm like, America
no,
is not.
no.
It's not real estate. It's an ideal. Like you can be, in my opinion, you can be an American and never even have been to America. Like Americanism is a concept, it's an idea, it's a liberty, it's consent of the governed, it's
Well,
free and fair
if I
elections,
may,
it's all that stuff. Like you can
if I
believe
may
that
say,
and never
Lena
even been
is
here.
more American than a lot of people that I talk to, and she was born in Iran, where she could have easily been pushed in one direction or another, radicalized, so many different things.
Yeah,
And
but
here,
not everyone can be, because I think
no,
some
but but
people
but
can't
but the
be.
possibility increases having been from there,
True,
and
proximity. Yeah,
she is
I guess.
like she is like downright American, like red,
Yes,
white, and
man.
Absolutely.
blue.
I believe red,
Yes.
white, and blue. Absolutely.
Yes,
May
absolutely.
I ask what do you practice religion? And if so, what religion do you practice?
I am Christian.
Okay. Okay. I did Is this accurate? I heard that like one of the fastest growing Christian populations is actually, and this could be completely wrong and off base, but I heard that there's a very fast growing Christian population in Iran,
There is, and actually, what surprised me, there is a fast Christian population growing also in Pakistan, which that is what surprised me.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my church actually told me. I had no idea. I had no idea. Like, I was expecting it to be in Iran again,
Hmm.
because as I know, no one is Muslim. In their ID, they're just saying Iran is, Muslim, but
It's
it's
kind of
not.
like saying blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever. Yeah. It's just something.
My driver's
Yeah,
license
I weigh
says I weigh
105 pounds.
200 pounds and that I'm
Yeah.
6'1". I never changed it from when I was in high school. They just keep copying it.
But
And
yeah,
did you start out Muslim or have you always been raised Christian, all that?
yeah.
That
I
had to be tough.
No
Not
wonder
really.
that I
Wasn't
feel home.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't isn't I mean, again, I don't know what time frame because for me it's like 1979 and you're saying 1920, which I just don't know about all that. But was I mean, Iranians are Persian, they're not Arab. So, I mean,
Right.
was it like what percentage was Christian
We
before
had
like
a
say
lot of
1950
Christians,
or
but
something?
mo majority were Zoroastrian.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Majority were Zoroastrian, and
And
then
what is
we had
Zoroastrian, if you can?
the first religion that started practicing I forgot the name, but like practicing one
Zoroastrian.
God only,
Yeah.
not like the
Monotheism.
Roman or Greek.
Monotheism. Yeah. Instead
Yeah,
of polytheism.
I
monotheism.
think that's the term that I heard when they were talking about how there's Islam and then maybe Zoroastrian. That sounds like maybe that was the term that I
Yeah,
heard you.
definitely no Islam, no Muslims, no, they're not. And I a lot of people believe that Islam or being a Muslim, like as Desiree said, Muslims are the people that they practice Islam. So anyway, Islam to me is a mental disease. It
Hmm.
absolutely is. And a lot of people in Iran are feeling the same way because, like the prophet married a 6 years old girl
Yeah.
and then
That's
consummated the marriage when she was 9. This is gross. This is sick.
yeah.
And
I didn't know that. Ugh.
they still practice that. They're still fine with that.
Oh, every once in a while you'll see a video pop up where it's like this fucking 60-year-old guy with like a 9-year-old girl, and and they have to go through this act. It's so disgusting.
It
Like,
is.
I don't believe in like the pedophile cabals, but there's part of me that says there's a
They are.
little bit of people in power that do some really shitty things, and kids are normally involved. I don't think that it's to that level, but man,
It is
it
to that
wouldn't take
level.
much to
It is to
convince me.
that level.
So they're still like practicing, not all, but the female genital mutilation.
Yes,
Well,
that's
that's
in their
more
book.
Africa, I thought.
It's Islam.
It's
Okay.
It's
Islam in
Islam.
general,
And
which is
if,
big in Africa.
And
yes,
do they still do jiva?
What's that?
I don't know.
Jiva is where if a woman is raped or if she's uh, adulteress, they bury them up to their head and stone them to
Stonehenge.
death. That's
That's
Jiva,
Okay.
horrible.
right? Isn't it Jiva?
Is it like an honor killing?
Yeah.
No,
No,
because obviously it was her fault.
no,
So
but they
But
were
yeah.
raped.
yes,
They were a lot of them were raped. It's
Yeah, I
more
know, but that's what I'm saying. Like clearly that was her
misogynistic,
fault.
absolutely.
But
misogynistic
That
power
was her
trip.
job, but yes, that's exactly
But
what they
it is
say.
called Jiva. Is that correct?
I guess
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure, but that's an honor killing, and the father or the husband can decide. And yes, they stone to death the woman that either has been raped or had affair with another man, or even in a relationship. Like if you're not married and you're getting into a relationship that your father doesn't allow it, and the guy is either Christian or non-Muslim. Yeah, they still do
I
that.
mean, okay, breaking it down, someone cheats, someone is adulterous. I'm not saying that that's the result, but somebody that's raped, that's where it just goes down this weird. It's weird to do it in general, but it just goes down this
Yeah,
darker, more
But
evil
Zeus,
path.
Because that
you're not
woman, go ahead.
it's their because they think it's her fault.
it's
Like
also
she did it to
pre-enlightenment.
herself.
It's not like
Because she
this
was
is all
wearing a mini
pre-enlightenment
skirt.
thinking.
She was
Okay,
not
I hadn't
covered
considered
up.
that maybe they were wearing makeup or being female.
Correct, correct.
My bad.
Either makeup or she was smiling or she was not 100% covered up or not even that. Let's say none of this was involved. She was kidnapped from her house, raped. They still do that. You know why? Because now she is ashamed for that family.
Oh, that whore.
Wow.
That
But
whore.
Lena, it's like what you said earlier about it's been interesting to me over, since I've become politically aware and stuff,
I'll be right back,
how
guys.
certain things that people are preaching, right? And it gets trumped by other things politically. So you have people who are like, the Me Too movement, women's rights, all this stuff. But then, like, when all that stuff happened with Bill Clinton, they look the other way. Or if all this stuff is going on in Iran, they look the other way. It's like, it's kind of funny how you talk about hierarchy, how it's like there's certain things that people want to they feel like they're being morally pure about, but they're really not because it's still kind of about politics. Like, where is all the outrage? Like, why aren't there people marching in the streets in solidarity for what's going on in Iran right
I
now?
was gonna
And
ask that too. I was like, why do we think that is like
I mean,
no,
I'm
like
not,
it's all
so
hashtag
I feel
Gaza,
kind of
hashtag
guilty, right? But all these
whatever,
people that are like, fight the
Ukraine.
patriarchy and Trump is this horrible person, and I'm like, can you guys see what's going on like over here? Like, they don't want to talk about it because it's not about what they're saying it's about to begin with. It's about
Yeah.
this other thing.
And again, same thing that I just mentioned, that Soviet Union and Islamist started this red and green alliance, and they started making this influence and everything in Iran in 1920. It's same thing happening here also in every single part of this world. Unfortunately, it's so sad. It hurts even saying it,
It hurts.
but we are losing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people like George Soros, Klaus Schwab, they are the one, those people like them, they are the one that are making decision. And the globalist people, they want one big government. It's more than power, it's more than money, it's more than taking territories. Unfortunately, this has been their motto years and years, and they want to take, and America was the last place that they wanted to this happen, and now we are living it. It
We're in the middle of
started
it.
with other countries, and now you see, let's be honest, even Europe is not
A lot of it's
uh,
lost.
democracy, or not many, we don't have really mid-class people, rich capitalism, not as much as freedom we have. And yeah, they're done with Europe. Middle East is a war right now, and as we see, no one is interested to save Middle East. They are done with Middle East, and now it's the American people point. And unfortunately, I can see that same thing, Islamist and Marxist ideology are again like same thing. They are allied together, and we have this happening in America in our education system. They're
Yeah.
attacking our children, the kids. This is so sad. This is so sad saying it, but we are losing. People are not giving attention. People are just, I never understood how happened in Iran, never understood how people could let Shah the king go and get fooled by same, and the same kind of ideology, free,
Yeah.
excuse my language, free shit. I like
Yeah.
free education, free utility. No Iranian has to pay for, metro or bus, or the electricity has to be free. Education has to be free, this free, that free. And I don't know
It's
why
an
people are not.
easy sell. That's why they do it. It's an easy sell to
But
people,
why people are not getting lesson from history?
right?
Nothing is free. Nothing has been
No, if
free.
it's free,
And
then you are the product.
Yeah,
right, exactly. And
absolutely.
and we have the capability on this planet to share. It's all like the 20% 80% thing. It's like 20% of the people have all the power and want to gain more. And here we are just letting it happen. I'm not saying that we're complacent, but we're kind of complacent. Like,
I,
we have the capability to feed the hungry. We have the capability to turn Ethiopia into
so
a thriving metropolis. We have all those capabilities, but these little groups want to keep us kind
I
of
but
battling with
I
each other.
the
What's that?
caveat, no, I'm saying the caveat I would add to that, Zeus, and I agree with you 97%, but I would say the way I would word it is not that we have the power to
I'm
say
saying the world
feed all the
has.
hungry. The hungry have the power to feed the hungry if they're given a chance to not be saddled with all the crap that they get set. Here comes the cat. Sorry about that. I don't know why he just after 4 years he finally started making appearances. But I look at like the difference between people who are more of the left and people that are more interested in liberty. And I've said this before, but this thing that's happening with Iran is another example of it. People that support liberty have faith in their fellow human beings, and they look for the good in people, and they recognize that when left to their own devices, people can do amazing things. And people who are Marxists and of the left have a very low opinion of their fellow man. They preach about this utopia, about how everything can be perfect. And what ends up happening is people just get crushed under tank treads on the way to this ideal that they never reach because the human condition is imperfect. And if you are more conservative and more liberty minded, you recognize that it can never be perfect. That's in heaven. That's not on earth. And bad things happen and you can't solve every problem. But it's a very easy sell on the leftist side to be like, we can solve every problem. Everyone can have everything. It's just a lie. And in service of that lie, they'll take all of your freedom, all of your liberty, everything you have, and leave you with nothing and not even the promise, which is just, it's crushing. But it's an easy sell. If you're like 17 years old and someone starts doing this, it's like, oh man, yeah, fight the man. Why can't we all get along? That guy's got,
And and and
Elon
and,
Musk has
and,
$15 billion and I have $100. He should give me
and
some.
kids at that age are so entitled already that they're like, oh, I can get this for free just by raising a stink.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, I've been doing it at home with my dad for my
it's
entire life.
easy. That's why it's easy. That's why they do it, man. It's so easy to manipulate people.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. It is, unfortunately.
Anyway,
So I wanted
um,
to ask you also, Lena, so when we talked last, you hadn't had really any contact with anybody back in Iran, and there was like a block on communication. Has any of that changed? Have you had any communication with people? I would
I
call it home, but I think your home is here, so
yeah.
back where you're
Yes,
from.
absolutely, absolutely. I have had, but it's been 2 weeks that it's completely blackout. Yeah,
Because they shut off
it is
the
on and
internet,
off.
right? Didn't they
Yes,
shut off the internet?
correct. It's been 2 weeks, like 10 days,
Oh God, that's horrible.
completely nothing,
And was this
Nothing
nothing.
good
with
is
family
happening.
or friends or who was it? What was the context?
Friends, I have been talking to some friends, yeah. My sister actually some has some friends also, but on and off, like from college. We were talking, but last 10 days, nothing, absolutely
Wow.
nothing. I
And
have
what
seen
was
on
the context of those conversations?
honestly horrible that how the country is getting in a, like most disgusting way, money
Hmm.
wise, job wise, like everything is really bad. And
The
it's
violence?
like, what's that?
The
The violence,
violence?
absolutely. Moral police is still there. After the very recent protest, they kind of gave up a little bit on people's and women's hijab in some big cities, and now women's dare to not wear it, but that
Mm.
was only because they thought, okay, if we kind of give up that, people won't protest again and won't be as bad because people were not going. They were just living on the street. They were not going home. They were on the street
Mm.
constantly protesting. So they kind of gave that up, but job situation, and now I don't even know. I don't even know how much is the worth of the, their currency versus dollar. I
It's like
lost track of.
nothing. Yeah,
It's
it's
a,
the
it's like
Riha,
million thing.
it's worth nothing. It's basically worthless
Yes,
as of like a couple days ago.
absolutely worthless. Absolutely.
Question on the hijab real fast. Do they make everyone, regardless of whether they're Muslim or not, wear the hijab?
Yeah,
Okay.
if
Okay.
you
Wow.
travel to Iran right now, as soon as the airplane passed the border of Iran, the moral police and the airplane comes to you and they ask you to cover up
Wow.
Huh.
in the airplane. Yes,
You
you
know,
as a tourist. Yes, you have
so
to.
this is gonna sound like a
Wow.
weird parallel, but what you just said about like how the certain areas don't have to wear the hijab and others do, I get this recollection of everybody's familiar with the Hunger Games. It's like there's these superior cities, and then there's the outside districts that still have to
Correct.
fall under the thumb of the leadership. Do you get that parallel?
Correct.
For
That's
me,
it.
it's like shockingly
Mm.
obvious. Like,
Similar.
yeah, it's
That's it. Yeah. In mostly big, rich areas, they kind of gave that up, even though they don't want it. But now it's not completely like not wearing it, but they just throw a shawl on their like head and kind of not as bad. Because I remember when I was back there, I had to cover up completely, like no hair out. And if like there was more hairs out like they do nowadays, uh, they would arrest you and they would fine you and
Wow.
throw you in jail. Now they kind of little bit. It's not like not wearing anything right now. I have nothing on my head. It's not like that. But still, yes, it is absolutely in the
This this
and
is
that's
where
a shame because you have great hair.
but this is where the
thank
leftist
you.
ideology kills me because it's like this is an ex perfect example. If you say women shouldn't be forced to wear hijabs, they're like, well, why are you against it? That's just like their religion. It's like, and they gaslight you and never mention the fact that it's compulsory. Like, okay, if you want to wear one, have at it. That's fantastic. It's
Right?
the making you do it part that I have a problem
and,
with,
and
you
and
know? And it's like
honestly,
that, oh, you're like racist because you're against hijab. I'm like, I'm not against hijabs. I'm against making people wear
Forcing.
hijabs, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
and
That's the problem.
honestly, it's
Well,
kind
forcing
of
them on
like
you when it's not even a belief of yours. I mean, I feel like if you're
Yeah.
Muslim, you don't have to be forced to do
Force.
it because that's what that's part of your belief
But
Yeah.
the
system.
state shouldn't
What
be
the
here's
forcing
the
a
you.
big
degree of
thing.
it might be different, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if
Exactly.
you're not,
Well,
Exactly.
and first of
it's
all,
like
it's
I'm not
super
going to get the
misogynist.
ash on my head. On Ash Wednesday, I'm not
Yeah,
doing that
Ash
because I'm
Wednesday.
not walking around with that on my head.
Oh, come on. It's awesome.
But if I was forced to go get ashed,
I had it
And
on
it's a
last
different
Ash
thing.
Wednesday.
Well,
I had it
but
on this podcast. It was still on there.
I'm not
but
getting
Ask
ashed.
here's the
Jack.
thing about
Hold
it.
Jack
on,
had it too.
pause. Did you know that they took Easter off the Google Calendar? Just saying. Go on.
Are you serious?
Mother,
Yeah, check it right now.
here's the thing about it is it's really kind of a pay no attention to the man behind the curtain thing. Because really, covering up your hair and your face is really kind of a non-issue. And they've made it such a big issue that it's a distraction. You know what I mean?
Well, it is a pretty
It
big part of the
really
Muslim
doesn't
faith. I
matter.
mean,
It's
I mean,
funny.
there
I
was a
always
time there
feel the
was a time
same.
in American history where women wore skirts all the way down past their ankles because if you were showing ankles, you were kind of a whore. You know what I mean? Like we had some of these. I'll use the term in American culture, puritanical kind of vibes, and this
Yeah,
is just a different version of
humanity
it.
was, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I get it. Humanity was the same. Yeah, like we used to there in every religion and culture used to be more moderate, and we're going toward absolutely less moderate or whatever. But what is so funny to me that I see a lot of Muslims here in America or in Western societies that they are covered up, but they are full makeup, nails done, and everything. I'm like, isn't the point
Oh,
not
wow.
draw the attention?
It's
That's
about
fine.
modesty.
So when you have the hijab, the whole purpose behind it is that do not draw attention from a stranger man. You are only for your man. So you do the hijab, but then at the same time you do the makeup to draw the
That's
attention, but not see my hair. And they wear very tight, like yoga pants and all that,
Form-fitting. Yeah.
but they're just covered up.
wow. I never
So
thought
what is
that's
the
so
attention
great.
seeker and not, don't look at me, but look at me, but I
Yeah.
just don't get it. Like,
It's like
yeah,
role
like
playing.
even the women's that they do believe it, I don't get it because in the book it says women are half of a man. They're not a full human. In Quran, a woman is not a full human.
Yikes.
And
Oh, I was thinking you were referring to like being half of like a couple. You're saying that man is full, woman is less than full.
50%.
I can get behind
50.
that.
And I give you an example.
I'm just kidding.
I give you an example. If you hit a car and injure someone, if it's a dude and you get sued for it, you end up paying, for example, $1,000. If it was a woman, would be $500.
Wow.
Same injury, same thing.
How can that stand? Yeah, where are the people in the Western world marching
It-
against this?
This is an
It's so
interesting thing.
hypocritical.
So you want to know
In
something? Apparently, Islam is a little bit shocking to you guys. I want to give you a really bad shocking here.
Yeah.
You know what they do to the protesters when they arrest them before they kill them
In Iran.
in Iran?
Yeah. What?
They rape them.
I knew you were
Jesus.
going to say that.
And you know
Wait.
why? They claim it's not for them because in their book, Quran says God loves virgins.
Oh,
So
so
they don't want anyone go to the other world and being virgin
If,
just in case if they have been against Islam,
oh my
God still
fucking
doesn't
God.
love
it's
them.
so bananas,
Well, if it's
man.
butt sex, it's not virginity. Doesn't count. So
I love this
they're not
podcast
getting
so
it. They're
much.
not even getting it right. Just kidding.
It's-
God, that is
It's in the book. It's just
so.
like it's a
Here's what I
rule.
want
That's
to ask.
crazy.
It's horrible.
Here's what and you can that can kind of be translated into Christianity with Eve came from the rib of Adam, so not quite a full person, but there does seem to be in Christianity more reverence for women. Is that lacking in the Muslim religion? I think I know the answer.
I wish it was lacking. No, they're obviously saying in the book, it says you can beat your wife if she doesn't want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
It says it. It says in four verses, actually, there are very obvious. It says behead or kill the infidel if you want to go to the highest level of heaven.
Yeah.
Kill the infidel.
And
And
infidel just means non-Muslim, right?
any non-Muslim, correct? Christian, Jew, whatever, atheist, everything. Non-Muslim are infidels. And in the Islam says you can lie to your wife if she doesn't agree for you to have the second wife. Like they're saying it's better to say, like tell your first wife if you want to have the second wife, but if she doesn't agree, you can beat her, you can lie to her.
Yeah, it's
As long
kind of
as you provide.
I heard something along those lines, mainly within this like Somalian upheaval thing. And maybe it wasn't, but I heard that like in Islam, it is completely acceptable to lie in any way, shape, or form to promote Islam. Like, even though lying is like a sin or whatever
Oh,
the Islamic
to
version
promote
of sin is,
Islam?
but if you're lying to propel Islam forward, then it's completely acceptable.
Yes, absolutely.
And there was a term for it. I just don't remember what it was.
Yes, correct. There is a term for it. Correct. I forgot the term also, but yes, they're saying if you have to lie, if you have to kill the husband and rape the wife and promote Islam, do it. And that's what they've been doing.
It's
So
bananas.
crazy. And like I want to be like, for lack of a better term, open-minded and see where they may be coming from, but there's nowhere where I see that this is coming from outside of misogyny, power hunger, and abuse of religion as a way to control people. And that's why I even have that problem with American culture is I'm so tired of people want me to pay for a preacher to drive God's Porsche. You know what I mean? It goes on both sides. If we say that it's not on both sides, we're horribly naive. But it's so brazen in
But
Islam, not Muslim.
there is a
Not I
difference.
want to make it clear though that I'm not anti-Muslim, but the separation of Islam and Muslim for me seems
There's
to
no
be.
separation.
It's the same. The religion's called Islam.
And the
The
people are
people who
Muslim.
practice are Muslims.
Well, I don't want to marry myself to that comment because I
So,
know a lot of Muslims that I truly, truly admire
But
and
they
are
hate
great
you.
right, but
people.
isn't there like different
They want you
sects?
dead. I'm just
Sects,
kidding.
No,
like
that's not true.
Sunni and Shiite or something like
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Which the only
And
difference is
Kurdish are Muslims as
Which
well, right?
son of Muhammad they believe in, right?
it's just the prophecy things like they do, but prophet is the same, Prophet Muhammad is the same, and then they believe that who came after him was
That's
first and the second. That's it. Other than that,
That's like
everything.
Abraham and so on and so. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
everything, whatever they believe, the Quran is Quran, and like Shia and Sunni both
Mm.
are believing in the same principalities, and their concept of heaven is for a man is when a man dies, and if he has been a good Muslim, God would give the man 72 virgin every day, and when he wakes up they are virgin again every day, and God, this is in the book, and God
wow.
gives them kind of a body power that their male organ is constantly hard, so they can have unlimited
Unlimited
sex.
boners.
Spiritual Cialis.
I'm on my way to the mosque. I'll see you guys later. That's
She's talking about
bananas.
theological Viagra.
So
Yeah.
tell me this is not a mental
It's
illness.
totally insane. I mean,
Oh, and it's totally man-driven,
of
clearly.
course. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it was written by men. Of course. I mean,
Well, their
I don't know.
mosques are really pretty.
Oh, well, those mosques actually were temples of Jews
Before,
way before.
which
Oh,
predates
Wow.
Islam.
Yeah,
Yeah. Islam's the
well,
newest.
way before Islam. Way
Yeah.
before
I've
Islam.
been to Istanbul once. It was
Hmm.
nice. That's all I can
It was
say, I
nice in
guess.
this.
It was nice.
Yeah, way
It
before
was
Islam.
I
pretty.
went to a bathhouse. It's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, a bathhouse, or a bathhouse?
I don't know what a
Ah,
bathhouse is, but it was called a Turkish bathhouse and they gave you a bath.
But you didn't have, did you have to cover up or anything?
No, because it
no,
was
not
all
in
women.
Turkey.
Oh, it's in Turkey. Yeah. Okay.
Who you
And
calling
yeah, I guess
Turkey?
all
Turkey?
women. Well,
Wow, this has been a really enlightening episode.
I want to do
Um,
I want to do some more,
Well,
maybe in a couple weeks, Lena.
well, hold on.
Yeah,
So you know how like some Christians are like normal and then some Christians are
no.
fucking
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
like
Yes.
snake
they
talkers.
got like every single day. Well, I guess this would be Catholic. They like some Catholics like, yeah, there's a saint for every day, and they know that. But then some of them are like wearing that like a t-shirt with that saint on it every day, like they're a little bit much.
Well, that's
Like, I
with
wonder if
anything.
that's kind of
Yeah.
how the same
But Jason calls
with,
me
well, any
the
religion, but
saint of resilience.
I mean, there's always, look, human beings, there's always people that will take anything to the ultimate
and
limit.
also
I mean,
I
that's
know a
how we
lot of
got
Muslims that are
NASCAR,
like
you know?
half-ass Muslims. Like they'll eat bacon,
Yeah,
but they don't tell
that's
nobody.
Who doesn't
humans.
like bacon? That's the real animal. Somebody that doesn't like bacon.
Yeah, like it's okay to rape a woman before you kill
Right.
him, but eating bacon is a big
But
sin.
yeah, it's like I love being accused of microaggressions by people who have no problem with like honor killings.
Dude,
It's
Yeah.
like
now
I don't know
now
how that works, but
if the guy rapes the pig before he eats the bacon, is that a different story?
I knew we were going to end up here. It always ends up with this every
Pig
episode.
raping?
Yeah.
It
I
always
think
comes down to pig raping.
Yeah.
I think they do goats though, not
Oh,
pigs. So I don't know.
Someone
I
tells
don't
me
think.
goat bacon isn't as good as pig bacon.
all
Yeah.
right. So
Goat bacon.
I'm
listen,
a cloven hoof kind of guy.
if you guys want to keep going, I need to get going. But I would
Yeah.
love to have you on again, Lena. I mean, this is
Oh,
about as
soon
long as we
too.
normally go. I mean, I think unfortunately, well, fortunately or unfortunately, there's going to be stuff happening in the next week or
Hmm.
two. Personally, I think that, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was a pleasure having you on again. I mean, you're welcome
It
anytime
was
as
a
far as I'm concerned.
pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's
And
an
we do,
honor.
you're
Thank you so
welcome,
much for giving me opportunity to talk. Thank you.
and you're also welcome to come on when we're not talking about Iran too.
Yeah,
We talk
yeah.
about all
Like
kinds of stuff.
honestly, today, even though we talked about Iran, even last time I came, all I want to talk about is America. And hopefully some people hear
Yeah,
my story and some people would think twice before they do anything, like hear my story and at least maybe I save America. I don't agree with, killing Americans to go to Iran, but if today, if a war happens in this country, on this soil today, I will die for this country.
yeah,
I will be
likewise.
the first person in the line. I don't care.
That,
This is my home.
that's what
Yeah,
I said. You are more American than a lot of Americans that I know.
I
Maybe more than
never
me a
felt
little bit.
home in Iran. Never. I never felt what is the feeling of belonging. I felt
But
it here.
but
This is
this
my
yeah,
says
home.
something about your parentage too. Your parents must have had great strength of character because I don't know how you could end up the way you are without. I mean, is it fair to say that even though you're Christian and you live here, that there's a bit of fear that you have to live with that somebody is going to retaliate? Maybe not like throw acid on you, but it just seems that because you're Iranian, that maybe you hang out with Iranians and that at some point maybe there's somebody that's more fundamentalist or aggressive with their heritage that you speaking out could at times bring out ill.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
mm,
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
you're brave on top of everything else.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know there are a lot of people here, as I said, like still like related to government people are here in Western America. Unfortunately, I know that's sad. And no, I'm not gonna live that fear no more. I lived
yeah.
it for
Good for
20
you.
years.
Good for you.
No,
God
Girl
bless you,
power.
Lena.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, this is a great episode. Lena, you should come on more. We talk
We do, we
enough
talk about other things.
America stuff that
America.
you can definitely blend in with us and we'd love to have you more often.
thank
Well,
you.
I
Thank
think
you so much.
I'm speaking for everybody, but I think I'm
absolutely.
speaking for everybody.
Absolutely.
What you
Well,
guys are doing, it's really, really great. I hope more people would hear you guys. I truly admire you guys. Thank you so much. And thanks again for having me. Thank you.
All right, and
thank
we'll
you,
go
Lena.
grab coffee
Well,
later this week.
I'm gonna talk like Hot Carl. We looks like it's about that
Oh,
time.
we've been on
Got
for a
the
while
fire
We've
now.
been
alarm.
I
on for
think
a
it's about
while.
time
Beep,
we
beep,
wrap
beep,
things
beep.
up.
Take care, everybody.
By the way, I love your accent.
Oh,
Yes.
Mine? What's
Yes.
it sound like?
Southern.
Southern. That's
yeah,
cool. I'll
that's
take
cool.
that.
I love it.
Take
I love
care,
it. It's
Sounds a little
everybody.
sexy.
country and hick, I guess.
There's a little hick to it, but not bad hick.
Well, you know what's funny is We can stop recording.